Hey guys, I haven't done a video in a while, actually quite a while, but I have a project that I'm working on right now. It's for my wife. I'm finally replacing that car that I was telling you about in some of the other videos that you've seen in the past. I picked another car up for her. It's a 2001 Neon, Dodge Neon. Uh, but I mean, it has its problems. Its body is pretty decent and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and show you some of what I'm working on right now. I just started doing a preliminary check of the engine, things like that. But to tell you the story about the car and how I got it real quick is it's a friend of a friend's car, um, and they drove the car without doing the service maintenance on most of the things on the car, so things wore out pretty quick, and they lost their timing belt on the engine. These heads look like they have a pretty close tolerance on the valves. So, and I don't have a scope or anything to stick down in the engine to see what kind of damage there is on the valves or anything, their valve train. They said they took it to a mechanic to look at, and he said that the head's going to have to be replaced and everything. But there might be even more damage than that. A valve can actually punch a hole through the top of a piston if it's sticking down far enough into the cylinder. So, needless to say, I'm going through the engine to see what I can do and to salvage any of it at all. If I can even salvage it. If I can't salvage it, I might just run to the salvage yard and find another 2.0 liter engine for this car and stick it in here. Now, let me show you a couple of things of what I've found so far, just a preliminary look at it. I just started looking at it, so you're seeing it pretty much the first time like I'm seeing it too. I went ahead and pulled the hood off of the car, just set it up there for now. Yeah, you can scratch the paint, but if you could see what I see out in the daylight, which actually I can see right here in the camera, that you can see the scratches on the roof. Uh, looks like somebody's played slip and slide on the roof of this thing. It's not dented real bad or anything, but boy, it has a lot of heavy scratches in that clear coat. And this car has got some cosmetic imperfections all over it. I mean, so you can see there's a little ding there. The headlights need buffed out. Side markers missing. Uh, Tied with shoestring to hold it back together in places, and I think I might even put a new set of tires on it and stuff like that. I was pulling the plugs out last night, or not the plugs, I'm sorry, the plug wires, just looking at them, and this one's kind of funky. Well, here, let me show you this one down here. This one, get it pulled. There we go. Nice and solid. It grips on there really good. Dry as could be. And you look down inside the hole, and if you can even see in there, I don't know. But it's dry down all the way down to the bottom of that cylinder. This other one I'm going to show you, it's going to snap back on. Okay, this one here, it doesn't snap on. It doesn't pull off hard. It's just sitting in there. You hear that gunk? It's full of oil. I have never seen that before. I don't know what would cause that. I mean, it just looks really bad. So, I mean, can't see down in the hole because it's so black with oil down in there. So, and this one, number 3, is not too bad. It's nice and solid, and as you can see, it's dry too. So, I don't know what would cause. Actually, number 1 is pretty bad. It snaps in place like it's supposed to, but it still has the oil down in the bottom. And cylinder 1 and 2 must not be working at all. Maybe that has something to do with maybe the valves getting damaged, busting the head or something. I don't know. But I'm going to tear into it. I have never worked on a Chrysler before. Usually it's mostly just GM cars I work on. Can't be much different. I'm an aircraft mechanic, so I just basically apply my skills from that to whatever I work on. So the reason why I'm doing this video is that if anybody can see any mistakes that I'm making, maybe they can post them, or maybe a suggestion or something, maybe an idea that I can that I'm not thinking of that would help me get through this process a little faster. My thoughts are I am going to leave the engine in the car. I'm not going to pull it out. And I'm going to start with removing the air cleaner over here. I already started working on it, getting it removed. Remove the intake manifold, remove the exhaust in the back, take the head off of the engine. Go ahead and remove the rocker mount here. That's for rocking the engine back and forth when it starts and stuff is all it does. It doesn't actually hold the engine up. So I need to remove this. I'm going to keep the AC line intact if at all possible, because I really don't want to. I had heard that the AC worked really well in this car, and I really don't want to have to recharge the system again. So if I can avoid that, I will. Okay, get my fuel, the fuel line off, and my shoot, I'm at a loss for words. I just got off work, so I'm a little tired right now. My fuel bar. Okay, I want to get that off of there, and then go ahead and get the valve cover pulled and take a look at a few of the valves inside and see what they're looking like just from the top of that. Then get the head pulled and take a look at the valves on the bottom side and see what they look like. And then I want to look at the pistons and the cylinders, see what kind of damage is down inside the cylinders, and hopefully I will find nothing. But I know I will find something. So anyhow, is this thing even recording? Yeah, it's recording. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, and I'll bring you back when I have a little bit more pulled out of here. But just to let you know what I'm pulling out so far, this fuel rail, I do have a question. Is there any special tool that I need to pull this fuel rail out? I've never really worked with fuel injection before. Mainly, everything I've worked on was carbureted. And what fuel injection I have worked on in the past, basically these clipped in place. I was able to unclip them and then they just came right out. But I've been hearing some people on YouTube, on some of the vehicles they're working on, they have to get a special tool to pull the injector out of the engine. But this particular 2.0 liter, if anybody knows anything about this engine, I'm going to hold off a day before I pull that fuel rail off of there, and I'm going to go ahead and load this video and see if anybody has a suggestion on there. I haven't been on for a very long time, so I doubt I'll have very many followers following my site, but what few that will see it on there, maybe they can go ask someone else in the garage if maybe they might have an idea as to whether these will come off easy or not, or maybe there's something I should be aware of. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, and I will bring you back when I have a little more progress on here, okay? Take care, guys.